They split it in half. They took the initial bones of what the Z counter was, and that's what we have in Zero as the Z counter. That's why it's visible. The rest of it that makes the game stop is what they turned into perception.
We have plenty of time. Let's enjoy a game.
You men
Because
like that
when
sort
you
of
play
Ah.
Tenkaichi and you got hit with a real Z counter, you were like, hey, yo. You had a second to say the
Yeah,
words.
you had
Hey,
like
yo.
either the decision had to be made as soon as you did the Z. It wasn't like a I'm about to fucking try and Z counter your Z counter, bro. It was like a shit, you Z counter me, and that right there had to be aligned with the I'm doing the Z counter.
You were like, boom,
Hey,
and it was just like,
17. Let's go somewhere a little more
and everything
lively.
kind of stopped because your character actually staggers
Thanks,
and
but no
goes,
thanks.
oh
You're
shit.
interested in what kind of
And the
fight
person that did the
Dr.
Z
Hero's
counter is now
computer
free
will
to do
produce,
whatever the
right?
fuck they want.
You're really childish, 17.
And that's where they took the perception side of it. Whereas when you do the whole, not the stance, not the sway, but when you grab them and they have their little they have their little, oh, so you think you're powerful, huh? And then they punch you away. That is the stop the game and change directions of the fight that they took away from the Z counter, where you counter it and legit it gave you that sound.
Hey, 17.
Your character
Let's go
staggered,
somewhere a little more
and you were free
lively.
to be like,
I wanna
do I
buy
want to
some
power
new
punch him?
clothes.
Do I
Thanks,
want to
but
do
no
a
thanks. You're
dash?
interested in
Do I
what
want
kind
to
of
slide to
fight
the side
Dr.
behind them?
Hero's
They can't even.
computer
I could literally go
will
jump,
produce,
jump, get behind
really
you. You're still
childish,
staggered,
17.
and then I could start binging your shit up. Like when you did a real Z counter, you were free to do whatever the fuck you wanted. Whereas now, when you do a Z counter, it's literally just a block of an attack. And the stagger lasts as long as the Z counter animation lasts. Because as soon as you finish your Z counter and go to attack, you can counter with a Z counter, which means it's not as powerful as it used to be.
That is true.
Because that's why they took that level of it and they turned it into perception, so that when you have two bars, you can hold block and then press this button that makes you do a different stance and grab a nigga when he throws on a hack and be like, yeah, you thought you was somebody. Well, fuck your ass. And punch
I'll
them
say
just
that
like
about that too. Now that you mentioned, I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't like how they took the perception out of the
Come on, you should know better.
the super counter. I don't like how they did that. Like they put you in the stance and you can automatically do it. Where like it used to be out of your string or out of your block animate. Like you want to do it out of the block. When you have space, you can do it. Or if you're doing your string and you press the fucking circle to go into it, I liked that because it made the back and forth a little bit more like ambiguous. You know what I mean? Like it's not like all right, I know I on this fourth hit I can throw this. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know what the nigga's gonna do. You feel what I'm saying? It really was I don't know. I gotta look at the options of what the nigga's about to do. Like it wasn't just I know on this fourth hit or on this third hit I could throw this fucking hit the stance on me and then I'm blocking it for anything. Like if you choose the low, the what should call it,
Hey, 17.
the lift strike, the fucking the neutral punch, and it doesn't matter what you do, like they can get that out, and I don't like that per se. I feel like it should have stayed the same and they would have had the same kind of result, but it would have revolved more around your skill in doing it. You know what I mean? Not like
Yes. Yeah, you can throw it out there. Like, I don't want to just be
I don't like the so then it negates the even like trying to do a combo type of thing, because it's like my nigga's just gonna do this and now I gotta figure out, which I don't have a problem with, figure out other ways to get in. But the problem with that, which is the movement to me is not on par, and that is gonna be my main only thing about Sparking Zero, is that the movement isn't as on par as I want it to be. Like I feel like they can do it, and they have like what I've been saying, the fucking governor on us. If you understand what I'm saying, like it really do feel like the governor. Like Niggas just like, nah, y'all niggas were moving around too crazy. Here, put this Rock Lee fucking 100,000 pounds on your legs, boom, boom, throw them on your back too, boom. And that's how I feel when we're like playing, when I play in general. Like, yeah, I can move around to the what they let me do, but it's hard to go just accept that from what we was doing before. You know what I mean? Even in Rage and Blast, you were kind of, the Rage and Blast movement was definitely ass, but I feel like they could get around a little bit more smoothly than this. Like, it wasn't like tied to the what you call it, the energy too much. It's not controlled by the energy.
Obviously, you were made of human material.
That is my main gripe. Like, I don't like that the movement is tied to your bars so much in the game. Like, I know I said this before it came out too, like, because this movement is so vital in this game.
Oh, yeah.
So to fucking be like, yeah, nigga, you ain't got no gas. That's just like crazy. Nigga getting at your shit with all that crap, which ain't all the shit that's in the game don't bother me, but like that part where it's like, dang, I can't move. I can't. That's how it feels. Like, I can't.
It's crazy.
I can't. Like, that's how I feel every time. I'm like, all right, dang, I really gotta, like, because I know I told you this in the, like, before the game came out. Like, yeah, it's gonna be dependent on the movement, but I didn't think it was gonna be like, dang, you gotta decide literally if you wanna move around to get out of this crap or toss these beams out. You feel what I'm saying? And niggas is.
Can you? Are you on Parsec right now? Are you?
Nah.
Are you able to log in?
I don't even know.
Because actually, it let me get in.
I don't even know. But yeah, that's my only main thing. I like the game. I don't like that. I'm gonna keep it a step. I'm not with the movement in the game, but I'm with stuff. Yes.
I got bored with the game so quickly because it was like, all right, facts. It's Sparking Zero. You know what I mean? It's the new version. It's not Tenkaichi. I'm not one of these.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, looking like, oh, this is the Tenkaichi 4. No, we had Tenkaichi 4. The mods made it. We appreciate them. We're not gonna disrespect them. When they made Tenkaichi 4, all right. This is Sparking Zero. Told brand new game. We're gonna respect it as a brand new game.
Yes.
The brand new game that came out, that they gave us, for what they gave us, for the breakdowns, for that we already had. Not talking about the community's breakdown. I'm talking about dojo breakdown, in-house breakdown, how we respect the game. What they gave us, appreciated, loved it. Glad they gave us what they gave us, because legit, they pretty much let us know, like, all right, here, this is the bones. This is gonna be the foundation of what we're gonna be going forward with on Dragon Ball games when it comes to what they look like. Because if you think about it, when they had Budokai and Tenkaichi out at the same time, we knew those were two separate versions of fighting. Like, we already knew those were two different games. You know what I'm saying?
True.
We looked at Budokai as a fighting game.
You're really
Yep.
childish, 17.
We looked at Budokai as a where your hands at. We looked at Tenkaichi as, do you really got that Dragon Ball in you? That was where your timing came in, where your speed came in, where your endurance came in, because you had to spin them bitches. All right? This is how we differentiated between these two games back in the day, and this is how everybody knew without the internet. Tenkaichi, you had to be on your eyes, looking at the game, just like with the Z counters. If you was on Z counters, you was on one. If you was vanishing for real, you was on one. If you could vanish maybe once or twice, you was playing the game. You feel me? You was moving and schmoving. If you could sidestep on a move, you could dodge a beam, you was playing the game. But if you was vanishing, you was on some shit.
Hey, 17. Let's go somewhere a little more.
True,
Spinning
but
them
all right,
sticks?
all right, all right. Let me
It's
ask you
crazy.
though. Let me ask you
You're interested
though.
in what kind of fight,
Was we not vanishing though?
right?
No, that's the. But this is
No,
the thing.
I
though.
just want yes or no, and then you could go back. Was we
But
not
no,
vanishing?
no, we was vanishing.
All right, go ahead,
But
go
when
back.
I
No, no,
say-
go
when I
back, go back.
say On one. No, I have an example.
All right,
when
go
I
ahead.
say, when I say vanishing, there's only one person that I ever knew that actually had the fundamentals of this game locked down so crazy. And
Yep,
that was this nigga Justin.
yep. I know.
That nigga was
We have
vanishing.
plenty of time. Let's
I know.
enjoy a
That was the only
You
nigga
never
that
liked
I
that
actually
sort of
seen
thing.
doing Z counters.
Obviously, you were made
Like
of human material.
I'm audibly like, yo, you're about to get cooked. And he said, boom, block the shit. Like, let's get it. Okay, we fight. Like, when it came to the Budokai, right? The Vanish was on the same level of blocking an attack. You had to have the
Come
key
on, you
for
should
it to
know
go
better.
back and forth for the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Because it wasn't like in Dragon Ball where you could like it had the angles where if you could vanish somebody, you could knock them around, get a little up down, but you couldn't really cook with the Dragon Ball type mindset. You were still playing a fighting game because you still had to hit your 1-2s with your kicks and your punches and your ups and your downs.
Yeah, there's lots of canceling in there and dashing and fucking shit like that. It had
you had
it had a what you call it,
You're interested in what kind of fight Dr. Giro's computer.
a move list. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Tenkaichi has a
Yeah.
move list, but like in the move sense, in the sense that you're pressing forward punch, kick energy type shit, not square down triangle,
Like,
X up fucking triangle. You know what I'm saying? Square,
When you're-
left circle. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing that. That's not
when you're
in the move list.
when you're playing Budokai, right? When you're playing Budokai,
And I can't log in. Just so you know.
oh, you can't get it at all.
Nah, I'm about to have to do that same shit you were doing.
Download a new parsec. Like, delete the parsec you have on your computer. Before you do all that shit, download a new parsec from the website. And when you sign in, it's probably gonna when you install it, it's gonna be like, do you want to do it per user or per computer? And I feel like going per user is what locks
We
you
have
out
plenty
after a
of
while.
time. Let's enjoy a game.
Because when I
never
looked
liked
at
that
it, and
sort
it
of
was like,
thing.
if you pick per
Obviously, you were
computer,
made of
that
human
pretty much
material.
means anybody can log into your parsec with their own shit. Where if you use per user, the first person that you log into that parsec with, that's the user that can use this parsec on this computer. So what I would say is re-download parsec first and see if that
Hey, 17.
lets you log
Let's go somewhere
in
a
with
little
your
more lively.
user
I want to buy some new clothes.
Thanks, but
before
no
you have to
You're
before you
interested
try
in
to
what
go
kind
and
of fight
reset
Dr.
reset
Giro's
reset the
computer
password,
would
because I had to
right?
reset my password 4
You're
times,
really childish.
and then I
17.
re-downloaded parsec and it let me in. But what I was gonna say was, when you play Budokai, you play in a Street Fighter format, a Mortal Kombat format, a Tekken format. You're playing a fighting game format, so you're not really thinking, like, you're still looking at it like, oh, Dragon Ball, you know what I mean? But you're still thinking of it as movement-based fighting game style thoughts. When you play Tenkaichi, you're not thinking about anything except Dragon Ball type movements, Dragon Ball type thoughts, Dragon Ball type fighting styles. Like, you're
Hey,
floating in the
17.
air
Let's go somewhere a little more lively.
and you're like,
I wanna
all
buy
right,
some new
I'm
clothes.
about to
Thanks, but
throw
no
3
thanks.
key
You're
blasts
interested
at
in what
this
kind of
man.
fight Dr. Giro's
Fly to
computer
the
would
left,
right?
and then
You're
double
really
dash
childish,
to the
17.
right super fast to get behind him. But then once I get behind him, I'm going to sidestep to the left, punch him twice, and vanish to the other side and dash back, and then rush in with a rush attack. That's not the type of mindset you have for a fighting game.
That's facts. That's Dragon Ball
That's
thoughts.
that's not
Hey,
how you
17,
think of
let's
when
go
you're
somewhere a
playing
little more
any
lively.
type of
I
arena
wanna buy
fighter.
some clothes.
Maybe
Thanks, but no
Jump
thanks.
Force.
You're interested in what kind of fight Dr.
But most
Giro's
arena
computer will
fighters,
produce,
you're
right?
still thinking of,
You're
all
really
right, I'm about
childish,
to
17.
dash up to him, hit him with the combo, and then mix him to make him try to block something, and then I'm gonna hit him with a move. Whereas in Tenkaichi, you're not thinking of a mix, quote unquote. You're literally like, all right, every single movement once I get close to this nigga is a mix. Everything. There ain't no just, oh, we just gonna come in with the basic, because that's just literally the basic. We got to get it grizzly out the gate, or I'm gonna get mixed because I'm gonna be on some, you know, like it's crazy because even your thoughts of, all right, I'm gonna throw a couple of key blasts. While you're doing that, a fucking Kamehameha could be coming at you. The nigga could have just instant transmission behind you. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga could have just transformed, got stronger, so that all that shit you was about to do don't even matter.
True.
You could do all of that zoom whoop 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 behind him, ha 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 ha. And he just stands there, so that as soon as you go for the Russian technique, that man already just charged him a punch, like, shut your ass up. Now you flying backwards, and he's zoomed up behind you, like, yeah, nigga, teleport, powering up, key blast. And now you're like, wait. You mashing circle trying to get yourself back together because you flying towards another direction. That's not
See?
fighting game thoughts.
See, all right, my nigga, you have no idea. You have no idea. Listen, you got me hype saying that. You know why? Because that feeling, I'm sorry, I don't feel that 100% playing Sparking Zero, nigga. Like that's where I feel like we got the governor on comes into play, because all that shit you can do in Tenkaichi, like verbatim. Verbatim, like everything you just said you can do in the movement that all of it. You can't do that here. So
You can.
well, it doesn't feel
You
like
gotta have
you're
the-
doing
you gotta
it.
have the mind. That's the thing. You gotta have the mindset for
Giro's
it.
computer will produce, right?
That's what I've noticed when I played so many people online. That's why I stopped playing ranked. That's why when I got to B5, I stopped playing ranked. I was like, I don't need to play you niggas online no more, because I know what y'all niggas is gonna do. Y'all don't fight. Y'all don't play Dragon Ball. Y'all are just rank climbing. You power up and you throw beams. And it's not even on the fact of like, oh, you just power up and throw beams. You power up and throw beams. It's like the community has been waiting for this game
We have plenty of time.
for
Let's enjoy
how
it.
long? You know what I mean? That's a rhetorical question. The community has been waiting to get online and display their actual Dragon Ball. Like, sidebar. This is what I mean. This is what I mean when I say these Dragon Ball YouTubers and these Dragon Ball big shots don't know shit about Dragon Ball. They are just jumping on a bandwagon, getting bread.
Let's go somewhere a little more lively. I want to buy some new clothes.
They're just jumping into something that they know they can easily fall into because we have a very meathead following community.
Really childish.
If you get hype and scream a lot, we probably gonna fuck with you. If
Well then,
if you say the right thing, if you hype the right person, the right character, if you have the right like let's say
The right
if you play the
character is
right
crazy.
games, if you play the right games and have the right energy, you don't gotta know shit about Dragon Ball. You just gotta know Goku, Super Saiyans, Kamehameha, Jiren, Cell, instant transmission, over 9,000, and you win. And then you just got to be a dedicated streamer, and now that's it. You got to be 5% Dragon Ball, 5% Dragon Ball on the top, and just make that shit just like the icing on the cake type shit. Like literally, just coach yourself in Dragon Ball for that 5%, maybe 15 if you really about it. Because the amount of these Dragon Ball niggas that be pronouncing names wrong, don't know shit about Dragon Ball, don't know where none of these characters came from, don't know the lineage of a character, couldn't tell you where a motherfucker came from, be spouting this Daima shit is like, yo.
Talk about it. I'm sorry. Listen. I don't know if you said this to me, and I don't know if I said it yet, but I think Daima was okay.
I haven't even watched it.
Okay, my nigga. I mean,
I don't need
okay.
to watch it. I don't like that big Donkey Kong level 4 grippers.
Nah, my nigga, no.
I don't like that. He looks so corny.
I get what they trying to do. Don't get me wrong, but
I don't like what they trying to do.
But I could say that about Super though. But
I can get
Super
because
had some parts that I fuck with. That's why I could say in this shit it had like a little bit. It was like if they took crumbs and sprinkled it into Super, then whatever they had on the table left, like the dust, that's what they put into Diamond to me. Like as far as like the Dragon Ball ness or the Dragon Ball Z ness, I should say, because it has the quote unquote story part of Dragon Ball, but not how it is told in Dragon Ball, if that makes sense.
That's
to you.
The only thing that I'll give it is that it tried to do Dragon Ball stuff by going into story mode.
But
it tried to go into story
mode. It was
mode,
like going to story mode in the game that's like
it wasn't strong enough.
It was like story mode in a fighting game, not
story
RPG.
Mode for a community that don't want it.
Like if I want story mode, I guess I would feel like
want this story. You know your community don't want this story. They just want the results of the story. They want the big fight at the end. So just make the story just compelling enough that you can sprinkle in power fights in the middle of it. So at the end, you can just dump a bunch of bullshit. I.e. Super Saiyan 4. Where the fuck did that come from? Oh, I've been had this. I've been training this. Fuck you. Fuck you both. Fuck you both. Oh, I've been able to go Super Saiyan 3. I've been able to go Super Saiyan 4. Big Monkey Grippers DK. Fuck you both. Fuck you both.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing is, all right. You know what? I'm a Dragon Ball enthusiast for real. If you want to try to say that Daima is canon, then that means that this Super Saiyan 4 is weak as fuck. That Super Saiyan 3 is weak as fuck, is garbage, is doo-doo trash. What did they call DDG? Doo-doo garbage? That shit's doo-doo garbage. You understand me? And you want to know why? Because you're saying, like, oh, it's canon. So how come when this motherfucking Goku fought Beerus for the first time, he went Super Saiyan 3, and he was like, that's as far as I need to go because anything else is worthless? How come he ain't used it yet? How come Vegeta ain't gone Super Saiyan 3 not once? That was his big reveal. He ain't used it yet in Super, not one time. All this, they talking about Ultra Ego and all that shit.
Niggas
they didn't have to determine the power. Niggas done had other Saiyans come out talking about, let me teach you the levels. And he went to Super Saiyan 3 and was like, that's it. Oh, but he been training it. I've been had this. Shut the fuck up. Stop. Come on now. Like,
now I will say this. I don't know the deep inside lores about Daima, like where they're trying to place it in this quote unquote universe type thing. You know what I'm saying? I won't even try and fake that. But I'll be like, as far as, viewing it, the story I could say was they were trying to take the essence of the original Dragon Ball, and to try and pitch it for the new niggas. out there. And for whatever that's worth, if that made them want to go see what the original is like, I. But we ain't gonna just skip by. If this is supposed to be like some in the universe before super status, if we're about to get into the Dragon Ball bag, then I could be like, eh, I could see what they're trying to do there. But nah. If that's supposed to be like anywhere near super and niggas is in god form type shit, talking about some I been had this. Nah, you didn't been had this when this nigga was whooping y'all ass in the other future, nigga.
No, why didn't Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3 when Beerus slapped Bulma?
Yo.
I mean, I'm just saying, this they didn't even nigga. Dragon Ball Heroes is better than fucking Daima. Dragon Ball Heroes is better. They got Golden Cooler.
See, I haven't watched that.
I've watched parts of it. I didn't watch the whole jam, but I mean, like, they got Golden Cooler.
I only really
They
watched
got
it because
two
that shit was like on where was that on? It was on some shit on Amazon, and I was like, oh shit, they got this up here. All right, let me just fucking watch that shit.
They got
I
two
ain't
Goku.
gonna hold. Yeah, that's true. The one of the Goku's is OD. I can't.
They got Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then they got Super Saiyan Blue Goku. That's two niggas. Where's Big Grippers at? Which one of them was Big Grippers?
Some people
'Cause that's
will
the one
say
thing that
that they
made-
did that just to make it canon.
They
Just to
did.
make
they
those
made
things
that
canon.
just
Which,
to be
yeah.
like, oh, this is the real Super Saiyan 4, and it's like, over what? This is just like when they made that
Well-
Joker movie.
Well,
It's
I won't
not-
say that. I won't go that far. I don't know who would say that. For them, that's their own opinion. But I think they're just saying it so that it is in existence, so that they can say
It's
that.
already been.
I know,
already
but that's
been in existence.
that's for, you know what I'm saying. That's us. Our
And-
generation accepted that as being
You know
either
what's
it's
crazy?
canon or not. And the niggas who was really about the Dragon Ball shit was like, nigga, that's canon, yo, because that's just too hard, nigga. Come on now.
Nigga.
You feel me?
The
So-
crazy thing about it, even GT had a more canon ending.
Yeah. I
Like-
feel like they probably just cause like GT was more like a passion thing. You know what I mean? I don't feel like this was like a
For
passion
sure.
project. I feel like this was just like a, homage.
This was a version. This was a spin-off almost. They just didn't want to call it a spin-off. This is a spin-off. Like, Daima is a fucking spin-off, bro. Because doesn't Daima mean magic or some shit?
I thought it meant demon.
Demon magic or something? I don't know, something like that. It's like Dragon Ball magic or Dragon Ball
Don't call
demon
me
run.
on that.
Some shit. It's a fucking spin-off, bro. Like, it finished. It was only 20 episodes.
I know that. I feel like
Like,
that
they
was
could've
like
made
a,
that
to test the waters real quick. Like, all right, do
could've
they
made that
want?
into a movie.
They could have, yo.
They
I
could've
thought about
broke
that
up
too as
into
I was.
two movies. They could have made that into two movies, nigga.
Nah, that should have just been one. Cause yo, the beginning is like dummy slow
Oh
to
no,
me.
no, they could have made it two movies as in a part one, part two. Like, we're
Nah.
gonna drop part one, and then next week we're gonna drop part two,
Nah,
and then
bro.
you got this 1 hour, one and a half of them going through the shit, and then they bust off with these niggas turning into Super Saiyans at the end of the movie because they done half of their shit. So they turn into kids halfway through the movie. Boom! At the end of the movie, they become Super Saiyans, and that's kids. Wow, they got their shit. Beginning of the movie, second movie, they got their shit. They're going through the thing. This nigga got the eyeball or whatever. Halfway through the movie, this nigga goes Super Saiyan 3. Goku's like, oh shit, you got Super Saiyan 3? You holding out on the nigga. Vegeta's like, yeah, whatever, I'm big ball nigga. At the end of the movie, they wanted to do big grippers reveal. Boom, he got Super Saiyan 4. Oh shit, you got Super Saiyan 4? It's like, you ain't the only one holding out on niggas. Ha ha ha. End of the movie. It's a Dragon Ball movie. You could have did that and nobody would have been mad at you because all of these Dragon Ball movies are fucking spin-offs. but you wanted to try to make it into a fucking series and talk about, oh, this only happened 7 months after Dragon Ball Z, so we're gonna say it's canon.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, it was like either 7 months, because they said that Dragon Ball GT happens 10 years after.
Yeah, I
And they
know.
said that
You know, I know that. But as far as Daima, I don't
was
know the
super-
backstory. That's why I said that. I don't know
No,
what.
that's what they said, that Daima was extremely short, after, like extremely recent after Boo, like very soon after Boo. So that's why it was like 7 months after Boo that shit happened. Because that's why there's no Oob. You know what I mean? There's nothing. There's none of that shit.
Oh, then nah,
The
man.
kids, the like, my Pan is a baby. These niggas are still kids. Like, it's only been a couple months.
Nah. All right, were they?
That's why.
All right,
Because
that,
think about it. In GT, she's 10 years old. Pan is 10.
yeah.
In Daima, she's still a baby, which means she just was born. Because at the end of Dragon Ball GT, at the end of Z, fucking Pan
It's an
and
old ass like.
Trunks are just linking up. They're Pan ain't even really like a thing yet. At the end of
At the end of GT?
at the end of Z.
Oh, I'm about to say, yeah. Pam is nah.
At the end of Z, Pan is like either she's in the stomach or she's a baby.
Yeah.
I cannot remember exactly, but it's either she is. I know she is not a born human. She is not a born being. She's either in the stomach, or they just linked up. Because I know she's not born yet. Because you don't see Pan until GT. That's the only time you ever actually see Pan. Pan did not exist in Z. There was no such thing as Pan.
Nah.
It was just Gohan and Videl got together. They didn't even have no children. That's what I'm saying. At the end of Z, it's either it was alluded that Videl was pregnant, or they just were together. And then they just want to be like 7 months later, we got a baby out here. Cause that's why it's like, what you talking about? Like that shit, like I don't know, that shit's goofy. But
yeah.
what I alluded to in the beginning of it was the mainstream. Off of the sidebar was that when these fake ass niggas play Tenkaichi or they play Sparking Zero, they're not feeling the Dragon Ball shit that we be feeling that when we play Tenkaichi. They're not like, all right, I'm about to do my Dragon Ball shit. I'm about to show these niggas who, like, if I was really a Dragon Ball character, if I was a Saiyan, this is what I would do to niggas. And they show you what they would do. They would just power up in the sky and throw beams.
I mean, are they not showing you what they would do? How's that fake?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like they're showing, they're not doing what niggas would do.
No, they're not
like,
doing nowhere near what we would do.
When we would be like, yo, if I was a Saiyan, I would be like, yo, like, you know how all the time we be talking about, yo, if we had a wish, and it's like, yo, me and all my niggas got Dragon Ball powers to the max powers, and then like the first thing you would do was just pop on up a nigga and just start boxing. And we would just start throwing hands, just everything would get destroyed. We would just be boxing out here. These niggas would be throwing beams everywhere. Like they're like, oh, I do shit, everybody. Me and my boys got Dragon Ball powers. The first thing they would do, fly up in the air and charge up a big ass Kamehameha and blow up the earth. Because that's all they want to do is throw beams everywhere. The first thing we want to do, power up, get the energy up. All right, pull up on your boy. Let me see what them hands is talking about. Woo, 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 bing, 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 swoop, 12, woo, bing, sing, woo, woo, ma, bing, seow, bing, seow, bing, twig, bow, hew, back. Like, they're not trying to do none of that. They're not trying to do none of that. And that's how you could tell they're not real Dragon Ball fans, because it's like, if you got Tenkaichi, that shows me what you was doing back in the day on Tenkaichi when you playing Sparking Zero online. That shows me that you back in the day when you're talking about, oh, I used to beat all the boys, I used to beat all my boys. All you did was power up and shoot beams. All y'all did was power up and shoot beams. Y'all didn't box for real. Because the amount of people that were so like intrigued and so like, oh, the sway, the perception, The Z counter, the vanishing, it's so dope, it's so fire, it's brand new. Brand new.
He said brand new. You know, but to a lot of people, I guess them niggas, it is new. So I can't speak for the niggas who played Raging Blast and who claim they played Tenkaichi like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
I'm talking about the people that claim to be Dragon Ball fans. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these niggas that when you ask them who's launch, and they're like, who? She was only in the first 2 or 3 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, and maybe one later on in a random ass like insert. But other than that, she was purely in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, she just had cameos, really.
That's because Toriyama forgot about her. Literally forgot about the character because he had so much other ideas to do, and she just wasn't relevant anymore.
Nah. She wasn't fucking shooting no beams and shit. She should have fucking. Yeah, but what the fuck is missiles doing to these? What the niggas is doing now?
Hey.
Back in the day, yeah, she could hang, cause they was fighting these human likes. Feel me? Niggas wasn't gonna just survive a rocket launcher. You smell me? But you tell me anybody in Dragon Ball Z that these niggas have faced who was taking a bullet or a rocket launcher and not about to blow them back up.
I mean, in all reality,
General Tao is probably the only one.
You could shoot one of them niggas. You could shoot anybody in Dragon Ball Z with a pistol and kill them if they were not paying attention, especially in the Frieza saga, in the Namek saga, because them niggas use the scouters to sense energy, so they did not know how to sense people around. So you could definitely sneak up on them if they didn't have a scouter on. The niggas had to catch bullets. They didn't just let him bounce off them like Superman.
Nah.
Raditz had to catch that shit and throw it back. If he didn't catch it, he would have got hit, just like Gohan when he was in Super Saiyan in the Buu saga. When the man shot a bunch of bullets at him, he had to catch them hoes. Just like when Goku had to, it's not like he had to catch the bullet at the point in time when Goku was Super Saiyan when he went to see General Tao, but the fact that they always catch the bullet. They never just let it hit him. They never just let it hit him. And they always are aware of it. This nigga Goku got hurt by a rock. He was chilling, minding his own business, enjoying the sunshine, light breeze through his hair. Bow! Got hit in the forehead with a rock. That man was ready to erase Krillin. He sat up heated, like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, as a Super Saiyan, mind you. He got shot by a laser, putting his guard down, mid-match. Shot straight through. But, first episode of Dragon Ball, Bulma shot him in the forehead as a child. He seen it coming, so he was able to take that shot to the forehead. That's the only time you've ever seen a bullet actually hit a Dragon Ball character. And they take the bullet and be like, ow. And that was Goku in episode 1. He's seen it coming. Never have they taken any type of bullet without it coming, without knowing it, and been able to like take that shit. And I will always stand on, he was hurt by a simple rock and gravity while in Super Saiyan state. Which means that if it was a gun, I would have blew Goku's brains out.
I'll hear you with the argument. All I'm saying is that if she popped up and did her shit that Launch do and her character, niggas is eating that.
Well, obviously, she's loud as fuck. She ain't sneaky. This ain't solid.
That's all I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying. Now in Dragon Ball, she could do that and possibly kill a couple of them motherfucking red ribbon niggas. You know what I mean? Doing that.
Well, them red
That's
ribbon
what
niggas
I was
were
saying.
literal soldiers.
Them human
Them
like
was
niggas.
human.
Now,
No, they weren't human like. They were human. They were regular ass soldiers, bro. The Red Ribbon Army was not no super soldier. They were regular soldiers recruited from the village. They had pistols, AKs, grenades, rocket launchers, uniforms, helmets, Humvees. It's military, nigga. They were not no fighter soldiers. They was regular ass niggas. So if you start bucking at them, they ducking. So yes, you can hurt them.
I'm saying it. They was fighting Goku.
They was fighting Goku because he was a child with a stick.
Goku was
Literally, he was
child
a
alien.
2-foot something child. They don't know he's an alien. They just know that he's a boy with a
True,
tail.
we know as the as the viewer.
The president is a fucking dog. The president of the planet, the president of Earth, not United States, the president of Earth is a dog. Okay? The nigga Goku met a little, like, I think it was like a fox kid or a rabbit kid or something. Like, there's tiger people. There's anamorphic animals out here. But they were weirded out by a human being with a tail. And they still were like, this little kid, he's like 10 years old, not even, with a stick, pulling up on the army. So of course they're gonna look at him a little weird. But still, that's just like right now. Military, little 6-7-year-old with a stick and a tail run up on them. They're gonna open fire probably if he doing what Goku's doing. This man swung his stick, it extended and dented in the Humvee. You not shooting this little nigga? Me and you right next to each other, got our guns up. The sergeant said, hold your fire. One of the Humvees drive forward. Little kid with a stick does that to the Humvee. Big ass dent in the front of it, split it down the middle style. Pulled the stick back in, put it on his back, and now he's running towards us. We not shooting this nigga? Like, they was regular ass human beings. They weren't no soldier fighters. They was like, hey, hell. They was regular ass people in the Red Ribbon Army. There was human soldiers that had to fight this child. They were like, even some of them were anamorphic animal people.
Yeah, that's
Those
what I
were
was
regular
saying.
people.
That's what I mean, like the human like. That's the only reason why I said the human like.
But
Like, it's-
I feel like they call them humans.
This is the extent of your skill.
I feel like they call them humans at this point because they have actual monsters and dinosaurs and creatures out there.
Well then, pick your battle. I want you to. Who will you fight
Like,
with?
I don't know. I feel like they because like the dog Earth, the dog president, he probably is just considered a human.
That's probably true. Nah, but I do see what you're saying. You know, that's all I really be saying about Sparking right now. Like, I won't say since the beginning, but I felt that in the beginning because I didn't know what was going on in the beginning. Now that I've played enough, I'll be like, yeah, it does feel like I'm carrying 10,000 weights on my legs.
Yeah. That shit.
But I do hear what you're saying. Is like niggas they're not feeling the Dragon Ball.
They don't do it how we do. Cause like when I tell you I was bored of the game until I got these mods. Getting these mods makes me play this game every day all over again. Because of all these characters and the upping the difficulty so that it doesn't make them box more, but it makes them use their techniques more. So it's harder to actually do shit. Like they vanish everything, they cancel everything, they counter everything. It's like playing the Tenkaichi mod with the high difficulty.
Now I wanna counter that stance you have with the niggas don't got that in us, them in them, and I feel like one would say that this, I won't even say one. The stuff that even we are nowhere near what we have seen in Tenkaichi. But one would say even the stuff that we were doing, niggas wasn't doing that. That's what I've seen a lot. Like I've seen that sentiment a lot. And then people
Oh,
explain what is being said, and I'm like, yo, me and my boy used to do that all the time, type shit. And
no,
they're like,
that's what I mean.
they're talking about, oh, people weren't playing the game like that. They were just shooting beams and whatever the fuck else type shit that they're talking
No,
about.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I mean. When the game got online, you got to see exactly what these boys was doing back home. When they talk about like, oh, I was the best one at the game, blah 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 blah. Like they would just throw beams because that's all they do online. They don't try to box. They don't try to actually fight. And then the people that do try to fight, they like you can tell it's either a hyper competitive person or someone that got that Dragon Ball shit about them. Cause like you can tell by how they do the fighting. If they do just like, oh, I'm just gonna do the most meta way of damaging you and stopping you from fighting, then yes, they're highly competitive. They're gonna keep sweep step, sweep side step, sweep side step, sweep side step, sweep side step, sweep, and you just keep that repetitively going. But if it's somebody that's actually taking the risk of getting vanished, like if they're using their dragon dashes, they're using their arts, they're using their abilities, they're powering up, they're using their blast stocks. That's somebody that's like you're like, I want rematch. Like I want fight. Even if I win, I want rematch. Because in that fight, you was moving. Like you was mink, 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 bang, sneer, pow, tweak, pow, tweak, da, 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 pow, tweak, pow. And I was in there with it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just I gotta block, 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 block, because you're gonna keep side sweep, you're gonna keep sweeping me, keep sweeping me, keep sweeping me, keep, you know what I mean? And it wasn't just I gotta just try to run up on you and you're just gonna keep vanish, kick me away, vanish, kick me away so you can power up. It was like we was having a Dragon Ball fight. And it's like those people are so rare that the game was ass.
I definitely feel that.
And that's why I was like, I'm not playing this online no more. And now that I have the mod where it ups the ups the technicality of the fighters. So it's not like they're gonna always pursue towards me to fight, but when I pull up on them, they're gonna fight me. They're gonna be like, oh, you're going into close quarters combat, bet. And they're gonna start doing close quarters shit. Now they're not gonna be mixing me a lot, but they're gonna be making it so that I have to try to hit them. And if they get the opening, they're gonna start tenderizing the shit out of the back of my neck into anything. Like they gonna hit me with the crazy shit into something. They're gonna do the moves. Like I've been hit with some wild shit where I out loud was like, nigga, stop. Cause I was getting jungled around. Like nigga hit me with the mink, 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 bow, bow, tweak, bow, tweak, bow, tweak, boop. Bing, 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 bow, twirl, bow, twirl, bow. I'm like, hey, I can't stop him. Like, computer is just having a field day on my shit. I can't stop him. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. Got to get in there. And they switching characters back and forth. They powering up, changing. And I'm like, yo, this is fun. This is amazing. They're throwing power. This is going crazy. But I can't beat them in the clashes because they're a computer and they're on high difficulty. So getting into a clash is just like playing the mod where it's just like, damn, they're gonna get me. But it's like the Bliss mod and this up, it makes me want to play this game more because there's something there now. Whereas the community was just, they let me down.
Yo, those words are fucking real.
Like they just gave me nothing. They talked such a big game and gave me nothing but tryhards and crybabies. Let's go. I start boxing with you for real, you can't get out of it, or throw your beams, you disconnect. Or you a tryhard that just like, I learned this new meta technique. And it's like And then on top of that, you got the game itself that just didn't give me everything I needed to get. So I'm trying to make do. And then I got to
Yo,
deal with
oh
y'all
my
niggas
god,
online.
yo, that's right up. Yo, that's like how I feel.
That's why I wasn't worried about
But
rank. That's why I was like,
but
I
the
got to
only thing that
P5 and I was
like
like, yeah.
bothers me is the movement. You know what I mean? Like the movement and like when I go online, you know, like a lot of the stuff that they be doing, like that meta shit, it don't bother me per se. The only thing that bothers me is that the internet is ass so that I can't get out of their fucking shit. I'm fighting their fucking connection. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and
like
I
you already
fucking
know I'm not dealing with it.
yeah. That's the shit that makes me be like, the game is fucking kind of ass right there. Like, if we had better shit, then I could get around your shit and do my shit because I know you can't get out of that type beat. But I know that as soon as you start your shit and the fucking it's like the fucking 12th man fucking at the Seahawks game type shit. It really feel like that.
That's why this is my same. That's the same feelings that I have for Xenoverse. Like if they had a better game connection, they had a better network. If I would play that game, but I don't want to have to deal with the fuckery. And it's just like with Sparking Zero now. It's like I would play the game, like I do play the game, but it's like I'm not gonna play the game online if I gotta deal with the fuckery, and I gotta deal with the fuckery. So it's like I'll just like I did for a couple of months. I just didn't play the game. Like fuck it.
Yeah.
I play it with the bro when niggas want to play the game. And then the homie at work was like, "Yo, I heard about the mod that works, 300 plus mods type shit, and it works."
Oh man.
Brought 300 fucking new characters to the game, and some of those characters got brand new attacks that these people have created in the game. Where it's like now I'm just looking at Bandai
I
sideways,
want you to show me your power.
like so y'all couldn't just do this for niggas.
Who will you fight with?
I mean, I appreciate y'all not doing it because now I got it for free. Like the amount of money I would have had to pay for 100 more characters of this quality from y'all niggas, oh, I would have never played. You talking about $17 for 3-4 characters?
Bro, I don't even want to get into that.
What? Mm.
Like, they couldn't even put the mode I'm playing right now in this game, which is survival, which should be the most easiest thing. That would have been so crack and fucking smart.
It would have been the sick. It would have been the sickest part.
Like, that shit would have been so crack. Or like the Mission 100, that shit would have been so crack.
They could have took away this whole creative mission shit and put that in there. Put it in the Mission 100. They could have put the AI simulation game in there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
But you know what I'm saying? Whatever, like
it's like they could
if
still
it
do
is
it.
truly what you were saying, like this is just the foundation like they did for Budokai, cuz I don't even know. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got a lot of bread, but who's to say they will make another Sparking Zero? We don't really know. We just know that they did this. I feel like
I
they
want them.
will, but you
Yeah,
know, we
Sparking
really don't
Zero
know.
2. Sparking Zero 2. I want them to go the same route that they did with Xenoverse. I wanted to make Sparking Zero, have it out for about 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Sparking Zero 2, and then just build on Sparking Zero 2. but make the DLCs worth it.
True. Do you
And
think
just
gonna
make
take that
Sparking Zero
formula?
2 have like the 50-man, have the battles, have all that shit, but upgrade it, give us a hub. Don't make, you can make like let's say you can make a created character, but you only get one.
Oh, sure.
And it's like a basic ass character, so it's not really a it's not really like, oh, we're doing Sparking Zero Xenoverse. It's more or less like this character is a hub character. This is not a character to be used online. This is a character to walk around in the hub to do shit. There are no characters online. Don't even ask for it. We're not doing it. That's, you want character, you want to create a character online? We still got the motherfucking game over here. Go play that one. Do you feel me? Literally, I guarantee you that bitch got DLC coming. Go over there. Right? This is Sparking Zero. This is what we're doing on Sparking Zero. You got your character clothes, your missions that you can go do, but make missions spots in the hub. So you can see people doing missions. You can see how long certain people are on a certain mission. Like, oh, this man is on the survival and he about to finish. He's about to make it to 50. But that's just hard as fuck type shit. So there's 50, there's hard, easy, hard, normal, hard, difficult type shit. And then you just got do something fun like that, because you know that this is not the type of game that you want to push the competitive aspect, but you want to push the competitive, like,
It's not the
camaraderie
competitive
aspect.
aspect, it's the spirit. Feel what I'm
It's like you
saying?
want to
Like
push
that.
the competitive nature. You want to be like, oh, you got to 40 on normal, bet. You're trying to beat their record of beating 40 characters on normal with whoever they beat them with. Like, oh, you beat it with Bardock? Bet I'm going in there with Bardock. I'm about to beat home shit. You know what I mean? Or there's missions where it's like you got the parallel mission. You got the 5 characters you got to beat from GT or whatever. You got to beat the 5 fucking bad guys. This nigga beat him in 5 minutes. So that's a character a minute. He beat it with this team, but you can only use 2 people. You can only use 2 people or 2 to 3 people or some shit. You got a DP level or some shit like that. So you got like leaderboards on this mission. This mission, you got the leaderboard, the time, you know what I mean? They could do so much shit to make it a competitive natured game without actually making people fight each other all the time. But they don't have that mentality to think about it. They just, I don't know.
I don't know. Part of me feels like the custom battle thing was a good idea in concept, but that probably would have been better in Xenoverse.
Nah, it would have been too complex in Xenoverse.
No?
Nah, there's too many aspects in Xenoverse because they got like, there's too
But
much
that's
in
the
Xenoverse.
point. Like, it's like open-ended. Like, you can do literally whatever. Like, whatever.
I feel like
And that
I
shit
feel like the
leaves it.
whole building, they should have made that a DLC for itself. So if people want to do that, they can buy that. That is what you call a DLC,
That's true.
where it's like, hey, we have these missions that we have a team of people creating. So they're all coming from Bandai. They're all coming from the developing team. So like every week or so, we got like maybe 1 or 2 new ones. So that when the game finally comes out, there's like maybe like 60 or 70 of them bitches. And then they're dropping like 2 or 3 every week. As they're making them, people are sending people like them ideas like, oh, you should make a Beerus one, you should make a this one. And they're like, facts, we could do that. We could make them mad fast because it's our shit. bop, 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 bop. Over the weekend, we made 67 more missions. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe a couple months down the line, DLC, make your own missions. 15 bones. You can download this to put it onto your game where now you can make your own missions. So now I don't gotta have that on my game if I don't want it. Because I don't want it. I don't want to make missions. I just want to play missions. So I could have saved space on my shit. Save load time. Have more room for other shit in the game, in the base game. Have more room for other shit in the base game. Take out all of that Build-A-Bear shit. Make that DLC instead of being like DLC, Gohan and Piccolo. And the 2 androids. And 2 missions. Nigga, what? You could have been dropping them missions for free. You could drop a mission a day type shit. Like,
Nah,
I don't know.
I know. They did drop the ball.
Fumbled the ball crazy
So
on that.
crazy to me. I mean, for what we got, like you said in the beginning, Gucci, right, Gucci. But what was to be expected should have been like 100 times more. I'm saying 100 times more.
Not even more, which is different.
Not even
Like-
different though, because it would have been like the same. Like the only thing that would have been different in what we're saying is the story mode and how they did that. And I only played through the beginning piece.
I like the story mode.
I'm not a fan of that. It's like they were gonna go like how Budokai was with the board, but they didn't.
Yeah, Budokai 2.
They didn't. You know what I mean? They should have just went into it. Fuck these little like it's not even like it's like power. It's not. I won't say PowerPoint, but it's like that. It's like I want to see it, even if it was like a little cutscene. Like, give me that.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
what I
the
mean
type of shit
by-
I'm like, all right. In
they
the
coulda
story
took
mode, they
out-
could have did some shit with it. if
But
it
that's
was
what I
that
mean by
case.
space. That's what I'm talking about with the space. Like they could have
Yes.
taken out all that Build-A-Bear shit, and they would have had more space in the base game, more data, to do more cutscenes. To add in more shit. But they put all this focus into making it so that we can have this create a mission out the rip. All of that could have been saved to just make more cutscenes, dog. Put in more shit for the game. Make more special moves for the characters. Make people have more unique